Let's move on and talk about the methodological rationale behind mixed method design. A question that people are going to ask you, why are you using two methodologies in your study? Why don't you only conduct a study with one methodology? These are ways of defending the design that you are using. So I'm going to talk about 5 reasons or purposes that support the use of a mixed method design. The first one is triangulation, the second one is complementarity, the third one is development, and the next one is initiation, and the last one is expansion. Think about the triangulation. You are looking at an issue from multiple standpoints. So in terms of methodology, you are looking at an issue from 2 methodological standpoints. You are looking from qualitative and quantitative, right? So you are using different methods to address the same phenomenon. You are looking at the same phenomenon of study, right? You can go ahead and do interviews, you can do observations, you can do surveys. At the end of the day, are the findings that you are getting from different methodological point of view, are they say the same thing, or are we arriving at the same kind of result? That's what you want to do, especially when you're using concurrent triangulation design. You can use triangulation as a way of supporting your decision to use this approach or design. So the next one is complementarity. Irrespective of the methodology you are using, there's always going to be strengths and weaknesses. So how can you use 2 methodologies so that the strength of one offsets the weakness of the other? So you can argue using a mixed method study from the complementarity point of view by saying that you are using 2 different methodologies to address different parts of the phenomenon, because you know that one methodology cannot address all the phenomenon. So you use interview to address part of the phenomenon. You can do survey to also address another part of this phenomenon. You can use complementarity as a way of defending your design if you are using any of these designs that we have here. The next one is development. As the name implies, you are using the findings of one approach to develop something for the second approach. Let's say you started with observation and you have your findings, and then based on the findings, you can develop a survey. Also, you can do a survey first, and then based on the findings, you can identify specific participant for you to interview. So you are using the results of one method to inform the other method. So development can be used as a way of defending any of these 3 approaches. So the next one is expansion. As the name implies, you want to expand, you want to add more information. So you are using different methodology to address different parts of the phenomenon. Let's say you are doing interviews, you only focus on small group of participants to gather information to better understand the phenomenon. But if you want to see whether the findings reflect a large group of participants, you have to do a survey. So you see how you can expand from based on what you have reached with one approach. So the last one is initiation. Initiation is a very interesting strategy. So what you're doing is that you are using one methodology to find out whether there's any kind of contradictions. Let me put it this way. You are using 2 methodologies, but looking at the finding, you are trying to see, okay, is there any kind of differences between the findings? Is there any contradictions? That will help you to do further research, or recommend that researchers have to do more research to address these contradictions. So these are the rationale. As I said, you can choose one of them to defend your design. This is just an overview. So let's see, if you are doing sequential explanatory design, you can use complementarity. If you are using sequential exploratory design, you can use development, complementarity, or expansion. If you are using sequential transformative design, you can use a complementarity development expansion, and triangulation design, you can use triangulation, and concurrent nested design, you can use complementarity initiation and or expansion. And the last one is concurrent transformative design, which you can use complementarity initiation and expansion. So this is just an overview of the methodological rationale that you could use to defend the approach that you have selected.